Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to this week's maths lesson. This week's maths lesson is going to focus on measurement. We're going to recap estimating and measuring the length of different objects, and we're going to cover a little bit of new learning on converting between different units of measurement linked to length. So we're learning about measurement. Now we did some work on measurement just before the Christmas holidays, so we're just revisiting that and trying to finish it off this term. So this pencil, have a look at the ruler and see what you guess the measurement of this pencil to be. So remember, to accurately measure something using a ruler, you have to make sure you start at the 0 and you have to read the ruler accurately. So you can see that this pencil is 15.5 centimetres or 155 millimetres. This next pencil is, I'll let you have a little think what it could be. So it is 8 centimetres exactly, or 80 millimetres. And our final pencil is 2.5 centimetres, or 25 millimetres. So we're learning about measurement. We can estimate the length of an object, read a ruler accurately in centimetres, read a ruler accurately in millimetres. We can explain how to convert between centimetres and millimetres. We know that 1 centimetre is the same as 10 millimetres. We know that 100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre, and 1,000 metres is the same as 1 kilometre. So your resources and activities are detailed in your weekly overview. They focus on estimating and also visit converting between different units. So have a go, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Teams or through learning journals. Hot challenge options are a little bit more tricky, and you should be able to do it, but have a go and see how you get on. So for converting between different units of measurement, we are learning to convert between different units of measurement. You all know that 1 centimetre equals 10 millimetres. We've spoken about this in class, we've looked at our rulers, and we all know that. So this means that if you know a pencil is 6 centimetres, you know that it's 60 millimetres. If a paperclip is 2.5 centimetres, you know that it's 25 millimetres. If a water bottle is 21.7 centimetres, it is 217 millimetres. And if a highlighter is 8.5 centimetres, it is 85 millimetres. So have a look and see if you can work out the connection between centimetres and millimetres. You can pause the video if you'd like to discuss this with someone in your house. So if you are converting between centimetres to millimetres, remember that 1 centimetre is the same as 10 millimetres. So the question asks to convert 12.5 centimetres to millimetres. So what I've done is I've used the place value grid. Now you all have a copy of a place value grid at the back of your paper pack folders, which might help you with this. And I've set out my centimetres into the correct columns. So my 12 is before my decimal point and my 5 is in the tenths column. Now if I'm converting to millimetres, all that happens is all the numbers move 1 place value column to the left. So our tens move to our hundreds, our ones move to our tens, and our fives in our tenths column move across the decimal point into the ones column. So we're multiplying by 10 because there are 10 millimetres in every 1 centimetre. And to multiply by 10, you moved all the digits 1 place value column to the left. So 2.6 centimetres into millimetres. So I've got my 2 in my ones column, my decimal point in the correct column, my 6th and my 10th column. So if I'm converting to millimetres, I'm multiplying by 10. So all my numbers move one place value column to the left. So my 2 will move into the tens column. My 6 moves across the decimal point to my ones, like so. So 2.6 centimetres is 26 millimetres. Now you could look at a ruler and check your answer as well to help you. If I was going the opposite way, converting from millimetres into centimetres, then I do the reverse, and the reverse of multiplying by 10 is dividing by 10. So to divide by 10, all I do is move my numbers one place value column to the right, so the numbers get smaller. So 139 millimetres, my 1 from my 100 will move to my tens column, my 3 will move to my ones column, and my 9 moves across the decimal point to my tenths column, like so. So 139 millimetres is the same as 13.9 centimetres. And for a final question, 27 millimetres into centimetres. So I do exactly the same thing, write my numbers under the place value columns, and I move the digits one place value column to the right because I'm dividing by 10, because there are 10 millimetres in 1 centimetre. Now this one's slightly trickier because you have to think more about your decimal point, but just continue to do the same thing. So move your biggest number first. So I moved it down to the place value column, and I can't put anything in the decimal point column, so I move it to the column next door, which is my tenths. So 27 millimetres becomes 2.7 centimetres. So to recap, to convert from centimetres to millimetres, you have to multiply by 10 by moving the digits one place value column to the left. To convert from millimetres to centimetres, you divide by 10 by moving the digits one place value column to the right. And in both cases, you have to be careful to move over the decimal point. Looking at slightly larger numbers, we're going to look at converting between metres to centimetres. So you all know that 1 metre is equal to 100 centimetres, and that also means that 100 centimetres is equal to 1 metre. So if you're asked to convert 200 centimetres into metres, remembering that 1 metre equals 100 centimetres, that means we need to divide this number in centimetres by 100 because there are 100 centimetres in 1 metre. So if I lay out my numbers in my place value columns like below, I know that I need to move this 2 in my hundreds 2 place value columns to the right because I'm dividing by 100. So my 2 moves not to my tens column but to my ones column. My 0 moves not to my ones column but to my tenths column, and my 0 in my ones column moves not to my tenths column but to my hundredths column, as shown here. So 200 centimetres is the same as 2.0, and you all know that when we say 2.0, we don't have to say the 0.00 if there's no other number other than 0 after the decimal point, we don't need to say it. So 200 centimetres is the same as 2 metres. Let's have a look at a further example. So if I'm converting 18 centimetres into metres, I do exactly the same. Remember, I'm dividing by 100, so that means I move 2 place value columns to the right. So my 1 in my tens column moves not to my ones, because that would be dividing by 10, but to my tenths. My 8 moves not to my tenths, but to my hundredths. So 18 centimetres becomes 0.18 metres. So my 1 has moved from my tens all the way to my tenths, my ones and my 8. My ones column has moved all the way to my hundredths column. Now to look at an example where we're going to convert from meters into centimetres. So in our last example, we converted from centimetres to meters. So because we were converting from centimetres to meters, we divided, so the number got smaller. However, because there's 100 centimetres in every 1 metre, when we convert from meters to centimetres, we have to multiply by 100. Now to multiply by 100, we have to move the digits 2 place value columns to the left. So 32 metres is the same as 3,200 centimetres. So my 3 in my tens column has moved 2 place value columns larger because we're multiplying, and my 2 in my ones column has moved 2 place value columns left as well. Now I could have written 0.00000, but I don't need to. But if you're multiplying by 100, then you just put your zeros that would have been written there into your tens and ones and any other empty columns that you have before the decimal point, so to show we've multiplied by 100. So remember, when we're converting from meters to centimeters, you would expect the number to get bigger because there's 100 centimeters in every 1 meter. So to convert between meters and centimeters, if you're converting from centimeters to meters, you divide the number by 100 by moving the digits 2 place value columns to the right. If you're converting from meters to centimeters, you multiply by 100 by moving the digits 2 place values to the left. And if there's empty columns before the decimal point, you put your zeros in that you would have carried from after the decimal point. So that was a bit of new learning. I know some of you might think that's quite tricky, but feel free to watch the video again, pause it when you need to, and re-watch parts of it. So we're learning about measurement. We're learning to convert between different units of measurement. We know that there's 1 centimetre equals 10 millimetres, that 100 centimetres equals 1 metre, and 1,000 metres equals 1 kilometre. If you're converting from centimetres to millimetres, you multiply by 10 by moving the digits 1 place value to the left. If you're converting from millimetres to centimetres, you divide by 10 by moving the digits 1 place value to the right. If you're converting from centimetres to metres, you divide by 100 by moving the digits 2 place values to the right. And if you're converting from metres to centimetres, you multiply by 100 by moving the digits 2 place values to the left. Have a go at some of the work that's detailed in the weekly overview, and if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Bye for now.